Good morning and welcome to Monday Mornings with MSCC. I'm James McDonough, HR Research Consultant. And this morning I thought we'd talk about retirement planning. So the press and media has been full of surveys and studies and reports around Americans' preparedness for retirement. And to put it bluntly, the picture is pretty grim. So for example, a recent Career Builder survey showed only 50% of workers will retire before the age of 70. In other words, 50% of Americans are planning to continue working until age 70 and even beyond. Some may figure they'll never be able to retire at all. And so for employers, the question is, why should you care? Why should you help your employees prepare for retirement? So first of all, let's talk about why employees are not able to retire at an earlier age, as has been the custom until fairly recently. The primary reason is that most of these employees are financially incapable. They're not ready yet. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates 2/3 of workers don't contribute to a 401k at work, even when a 401k plan is available. And when it comes to baby boomers, 20%, 1 in 5, have no savings for retirement, and 40% have less than $100,000. That's a very small amount for retirement. There are other factors as well. So for instance, because of good health care, people are living healthier and longer lives, and many simply don't want to give up working. Many wish to continue remaining in the workforce because they enjoy it. They want to stay actively engaged in the workforce. And the positive to that is that various research shows that that's good for brain health, so there's a positive. Another reason is that Social Security benefits, the full age of retirement is now 67 for those employees born after 1960. Another contributing factor is that many employers no longer offer retiree health benefits, and so employees need to wait until Medicare kicks in. So for employers, there are many positives and negatives by this posed to you by this trend. Let's look at the positives. On the positive side, when employees delay their retirement, that means they are keeping their know-how and their experience at work for you. And that's a big positive, especially when you're concerned about having a brain drain and worker shortages. Another survey shows that the labor force participation rate for older workers has actually stabilized. And the fastest growing segment of the workforce, believe it or not, are those who are age 65 and older on a percentage basis, not in a sheer volume, but on a percentage basis. So, but there are some problems as well that employers face when it comes to employees who choose to delay their retirement. So a very recent Prudential survey just released shows that health insurance costs go up for employers. The reality is that the healthcare costs for employees 65 and over are double those of younger workers. Those results actually came from EBRI, the Employee Benefit Research Institute. Older long-term workers also typically earn more than newly hired workers, again cited in the Prudential survey. So in essence, there's a higher payroll cost involved. The lack of retirements as well can reduce upward mobility of newer and younger workers, and that could be frustrating for them who wish to grow their careers. This also, of course, impacts succession planning. So when an employee delays their retirement, that means your succession plans are also getting off of their ideal timeline. So there's also the possibility that because some older workers delay their retirement due to financial reasons, they may be less engaged in the workplace, and this obviously can negatively impact productivity. Now, by all means, I do not wish to leave the impression at all that older workers are disengaged. That is not at all the case. But for those who choose to stay simply because they can't afford to retire, some of them may be disengaged. That was highlighted in some research done by Willis Towers Watson. So, employers. Helping your employees effectively plan for retirement can be a win-win. And first of all, employees appreciate the help, and they value that as a benefit. They value retirement benefits, and they value any sort of guidance you can provide when it comes to retirement planning. And as well, when employees wish to retire, because of whatever reason, personal, maybe they want more leisure time, or maybe there's health reasons, when they're financially ready, it's a win-win. So putting forth an effort can really make a positive difference for the employees and for you. Now here's some real basic strategies. First of all, employers can provide a 401k or other type of retirement plans for their employees. So it turns out that only, out of all the employers in the country, only 14% actually offer retirement plans. That's a very small amount, and it's due largely to smaller employers. So larger employers typically do offer retirement plans, but many smaller ones do not. Now, one very easy thing that any employer can do is share information from government resources, and one of them is the myra.gov website. This costs you nothing. And it basically is a way that any employer can provide a resource for their employees for them to set up their own retirement account online. And it costs them nothing as well. So again, provide plans for employees. Another strategy is to provide education around retirement planning to your employees. Many employees aren't aware of their employer benefit plans, which is surprising, but that's what research shows. And then many are very intimidated by retirement planning, and they need some help. So provide them some education assistance around that. And related to that, research shows, again, employees can benefit from overall financial education. If employees understand their own personal finances better and they can manage them more effectively, chances are they can allocate some dollars to their retirement accounts. And again, that results in a win-win. So another possibility, if as you're looking at your workforce and many older workers are staying on the job, look for ways to make your workplace a more welcoming environment for older workers. And this can include flexibility and new opportunities for part-time or gigs that older workers who may not want to commit full-time, but they can take advantage of these shorter term, shorter hour projects, and that helps them phase into retirement. So here's some ideas for you. MSCC also has some resources. We have surveys that we can help you with. We have My Financial Wellness. We have an attorney who has experience with ERISA, so if you're concerned about ERISA and your employee retirement plans, she is a great resource. And of course, guidance on the ADEA, and that has to do with age discrimination, because when you're thinking through these plans and having these conversations, it's very important that you're in compliance with the law and you don't accidentally go over a line into age discrimination. So thanks for listening. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, give us a call here at MSCC. Have a great day.